Today we have with us one more very talented student from 5th SEM CSC. She is Dharithri. All rounder she is, as like Varun, proficiency scholar. Uh, she is very famous in the campus for her grace. She is a graceful Bharatanatyam dancer. She is a good speaker, a good presenter. She's a team worker. Okay. She's proactive. She's enthusiastic in all fields, and I can say she's always teacher's favorite. Definitely. I am proud to say she have participated and represented our college in Visvesvaraya Technological University cultural programs. She have represented our institution. In the group dance, she have won the bronze medal in the very first year, and she is a VTU bronze medal winner for the group dance performance. And she have got laurels to the institution in the very first year. Our institution have a platform for cultural performance called as Bhumika Kala Sangha. You can Google in YouTube. You can search it in YouTube. You can find Bhumika Kala Sangha official channel. And we have launched a video show, cultural show in YouTube, where the entire video sequence has been initiated by Dharithri. I hope you understood how talented she is, because the video show is given an initiation from her. Good speaker, a good writer. She's known for her beautiful handwriting. Every teacher likes the way how she writes in the class. She's all the way a very good student. Okay, and a very good performer. Yeah.
I think she draws also. She's good in drawing also.
Yeah. She is very good in pencil sketch. Specifically, her love for mandala art is very great. Yeah, she is a very good, what I can say, performer in all the way. Okay, uh, budding twig. Dharithri, it's budding twig, right?
Ma'am,
Dharithri.
actually, I've stopped using that account. I'm
Okay,
planning
okay.
to new one.
Okay, that you proceed with your juniors when you continue. So today is a special day, as Madhavi ma'am was telling. It's your day. You are all going to be engineers. You have entered the community of engineers. So Dharithri is going to speak about Engineers Day with you. She will experience. She will explain all about Engineers Day. Over to you, Dharithri. Over to you,
Thank you, ma'am.
Dharithri. Thank you.
Actually, you are flattering me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Madhavi ma'am. She's continuing. No?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Yeah, have a good session, students.
Hi, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
So, hope that all of you are doing
Sorry.
fine. Okay, before we proceed with the presentation, you already know my name, I hope. And so, let us keep this presentation in formal one. Uh, I hope that you are good at interaction, and I can see that most of you are responding well. So, so let's begin with the presentation. Before that, happy Engineers Day for all the budding engineers out there.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you see the presentation that I am presenting the slides?
No.
No, Dharithri, no. Your slides are not visible.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Now it is visible. Again, it went off.
Dharithri, you unshared. You share it again.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, now
Now
it's
it's
visible.
visible.
Yeah, you can proceed. Okay, now it's visible.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Let it be on the PPT layout. Don't go for that participant layout. If you go for that, it will hide your slides.
Oh, yeah, sure, ma'am.
Yeah. Proceed, please.
So, engineers' contribution to a country development is obvious. As you all know, from civil to mechanical, they build the backbones of infrastructures, the computers that we use today, the buildings that we are living in, and also the vehicles or the roads that we travel on are all the contributions of engineers. So, today, how do you feel after choosing engineering course? Guys, please respond. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
So please
Yes.
tell me that how are you feeling after joining engineering course?
Interesting.
Only
Feeling
one
happy.
response. Okay, then
New technologies.
okay.
Curious.
Yeah. Then any others?
Feeling happy. Feeling happy.
Okay. So it means that you are quite happy with your choice and you are all eager to learn about what in the further days you are going to learn, right?
Yes.
Yes.
As you all know, 15th September is celebrated as National Engineers Day. That is in our country and two more countries, that is Sri Lanka and one more, I guess. We celebrate Engineers Day on 15th September. That is, this day is the homage to commemorate one of the India's finest engineers, that is Mokshagundam Vishweshwaraya. So before we join engineering course, as I know, like most of us join because either one of our friends has taken the course, maybe of the same college, or some listen to their parents or relatives saying that okay, if you join engineering, then within 4 years you get a job, then you can get settled, and if you want to go for the higher studies, then you can go, and within 4 years, this is a one and only course you can say. Like within 4 years, 4 years you get a good job, and if you go for other degrees, minimum of 5 years you have to learn, right? So most of them take engineering for that sake, or some are really interested, like they are really interested in the fields, the branches that they have taken, right? And I hope here already 50% are like they come in the first category, right? Have you joined engineering course because your parents or friends has joined or they have suggested you? Is that so?
No.
No, all of
No.
you. I want more responses.
No.
No.
No. No. No.
Oh, okay. Not even one single yes.
No.
You can say both also.
Okay. To be frank, I am on the first category. Like my parents had said that, okay, you have to join engineering. I was like, I wanted to join medical course, but after that, I thought, okay, if I go for medical course, then I have to study for 10, 12 years more, and I can't do that. So I thought of taking other courses, and my relatives and parents said, okay, you have to go for engineering. For 4 years, you get within 4 years you get a valid degree, right? So they said, okay, you go for engineering, and I was like, okay, I'm fine with the choice, and I joined engineering. That's how I joined engineering. But now I'm literally enjoying it. Like all the friends, the lecturers who are teaching here, they're really friendly, and we are getting a good opportunity to present ourselves in all the fields. Here, lecturers support every field. What I've seen in 2 years is that you have a separate team that supports cultural activities, and there is another team that supports all the students who have some financial issues and helps them with the scholarships. And you have exam cells and different cells out there in the college. You'll be knowing about it in the coming days if you don't know. Then you also have a team that really works hard on our studies, our placements. You have placement cells too. So I'm really enjoying these classes out here. The online classes are a bit difficult, I agree, especially for you guys who don't know uh, anyone in the campus. Like you literally are knowing few faces now, right? I can understand. So I thought, as a senior, uh, we can have little bit of interaction on this day. It's our day, no? So we can talk a bit, I guess. We can talk a bit frankly, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can we?
Yes.
I want more responses, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
then
Yes.
let's start with the presentation then. You're ready, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And I
Yes,
know
ma'am.
the topic that I've taken is a bit boring for you guys. You have already learned about this in your high school days or in your PU language textbooks. So please listen to the presentation. And I'll ask few questions at the end. I'll give you 5 seconds to answer the question. It will be something that I have already discussed. Okay? Is that fine?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So you can see my slide, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
You all know the one who is in the frame. He's Sir?
Saram Vishwaraya.
Yes. In a small village called Muddenahalli in Karnataka, Saram Vishweswaraya was born in a Telugu Brahmin family to Mokshagundam Srinivasa Shastri and Venkata Lakshmama. Uh, and his parent, especially his father, Mokshagundam Srinivasa Shastri was a Sanskrit scholar, and he was also a Ayurvedic practitioner. But unfortunately, Sir M. Vishweswaraya lost his father at his age of 15. After that, he has to rely on his strength to do whatever the education he wanted to do, to learn whatever he wanted to learn. So, due to his various contributions, like especially in the field of irrigation system as well as flood disaster management, and also for being the pioneer of education, he has built several universities, colleges, and also industries in several places, several states. You can say he has visited several countries too, and because of this, he is more commonly known as Sir MV. So let us discuss about his education. After his primary education, he did his early education, that is primary education, in Chikballapur, and after that he moved on to Bangalore for his higher studies, that is for his degrees, that is Bachelor in Arts. After doing Bachelor in Arts, he thought that he has to learn something new. He knew that he was an innovator, so he wanted to learn something uh, from which he can help the society, from which he can also help the public in doing their things in an easy way. And thus he joined Pune College of Engineering. That is, that was like third best engineering college in you can say in the Asia itself. When at his time there were not many colleges where you can get the engineering degree. So this was one of the best colleges uh, at his time, and he received his degree in civil engineering. That in further days helped him in all the uh, construction of dams or whatever he has done. The buildings that he has constructed all were based on this. So his expertise was in the field of irrigation and flood disaster management. As I already told you, his great contribution, that is his uh, plan on a block system, irrigation based on the block system, and the dams that he has constructed. That is in one is Tigra Dam in Gwalior, and the other one is KRS, and few more. All were his greatest contributions. So he has won various awards because of these contribution. We'll discuss about these awards in the later slides. So let us move on to his next part. That is the best part of his life, the career timeline. When he was in the early of his career, first he planned a way of supplying water from Sindhu to a town called Sukkur. So supplying water in those days were not that easier. As you know, construction was quite difficult. Nowadays, you have different facilities for construction, but those days, most of the things were done manually. Even in that situation, he was very successful in supplying water between towns, like from Sindhu River to a town called Sukkur. He also designed and planted a system of automatic wear water floodgates that were first installed in Pune, that is in the Khadakwasla Reservoir. Because of this, he could store water for even for the summer days. You know, Khadakwasla Reservoir at that time had water during rainy seasons, but when in the end of the summer season, you had no water. That was very difficult for the people who were living in those areas. So, by doing this automatic waiver water floodgates, he could store water in large quantities, and because of this, the water could be used even in the summer days. So, this was very successful, and because of this, the same plan was then used in several dams too. Like in Karnataka, you can see the KRS Dam, and in Gwalior, you have a dam. So all these were based on the uh, s- same thing that was followed in Khadakwasla Reservoir. These gates, that is, you all have heard about automated floodgates. That was his one of the greatest innovations, and these gates actually raised the storage level in the reservoir, and because of that, all the water stored in that dam for several months, you can say. After serving as engineer for decades, he established a famous government engineering college, that is Vishweshwaraya College of Engineering, in 1917. As I have mentioned in the slide, it's the fifth engineering college in India. Later, he was also a member of Governing Council of Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore, and he also became a member of Tata Iron and Steel Governing Board. He was also the founder of Mysore Soap Factory. If you look at these points, all of them, you can see that his interest varies from construction as well as in all the management systems like the water drainage system or irrigation systems, and also he has shown his interest in politics as well as in the industrious purpose. That was like a construction of factories or some other things where you can use the raw materials in a better way. You might be knowing about the Mysore soap factory. Like even now, it is one of the best soaps. Am I right? Have you used it?
Yes.
Yes.
It's so fragrant, no? He is referred as precursor of economic planning in India by Institute of Engineers India, that is IEI. So let's move to the next one. After doing all these works, he also wrote two books, that is Reconstructing India and Planned Economy of India. He achieved a celebrity status when he designed a flood protection system for the city of Hyderabad. As you all know, in the year 1908, Mausi River flood has occurred in Hyderabad, and because of this flood, there was a inconvenience, and many people in Hyderabad had lost their lives, like in thousands, you can say. So the Nizam of Hyderabad invited Sir MV to design the drainage system and water supply, and also they had requested him to plan something so that they could avoid the flood in the coming days. So after that, he was instrumental in developing a system to protect the Vishakhapatnam port from erosion by the sea. And this dam created the biggest reservoir in Asia when it was built. In those days, if you have to build a dam for a certain height, it was really difficult. You have to wait for certain days. Like in summer season, you can construct it bit easier because you will have less water in the reservoir that you are going to create. So they have to look into everything before they had to construct. Even in such a situation, he was really successful in constructing several dams and also helped various states, like different states and countries. They invited him so that they could use his ideas for the betterment of the society. So after that, he took a volunteer retirement in the year 1908, and even after being retired, he did several works. He dedicated himself for the society, for the betterment of the public. So before he could do something, he had to see uh, the things that were done in other countries. So he had to go for a foreign tour in order to study the industrialized nations. As you know, in his time there were very few industries, and he had himself founded two industries in Mysore, and he had to do it in the whole nation. Like if you have to make a country as a developed one, then you have to make development in all the states of that country, right? So he had to go for a foreign tour so that he could study better methods for the industrialization of nations. So he worked for it, and later he also worked for the Nizams of Hyderabad, and in 1912 he was appointed as Diwan of Mysore. This was based on his achievements. The king at that time, that is uh, Krishnaraja Vodayar, he was really impressed with Sir Vishweshwaraya, and that's the reason why he made him as the Diwan of Mysore. And after being the Diwan, he did several contributions in the field of education. He never used the government's money for his own purpose. He always used it for the betterment of the public. Not even a penny he used for himself. He was instrumental in finding the Government Engineering College at Bangalore too in the year 1915. Sorry, 1917. So, because of his works, he received various awards and recognitions. As listed there, after independence, he was awarded as nation's highest with the nation's highest honor, that is the Bharat Ratna, and he was also knighted as the Knight Commander of British Indian Empire by King George V for his contribution in the public good. You can see that he impressed everyone. Not even British could stand in front of him. They usually used his ideas for their countries too. He also received several honorary degrees, including the DSc, LLD, DLit, etc., from 8 universities in India. So now you know in brief about his life. He has lived for 101 years, and he died in the year of 1962, 14th April of 1962. So now let us discuss about how we celebrate Engineers Day in our college. In the earlier, I couldn't get the documentation of the photos in the earlier years, but within few years, like 2 years back, we had a small program in our college. We rendered a tribute to Sir MV, and we started the program with the lighting a lamp. We had a resource person um, who had a great knowledge. He was honorable guest, and he was honored from all the staffs from the college. And this was how Engineers Day was celebrated in our college. And this year, as you know, that is today, we have celebrated it in a small way actually. And these are the few pics you can see. And as you know, the director of this program was Sri Ravikrishna D. Kalaji sir. He is the member of Governing Council, and even our principal, as well as the coordinator, that is Dr. Manjesh sir, has also spoke few words on this regard. And I would like to show you some videos on the construction of KRS Dam that was in Karnataka. As you know, as you all know, it is near Brindavan, and it is one of the best creations of MV sir. And I would like to show you a small video on how the construction was going on. So I hope everyone can see the video. You can, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's all with the presentation.